If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Tom Roberts from the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce joins us this morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us. A lot going on, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. Yesterday, the Childersburg Lady Tigers dropped out of the state Final Four with a tough loss, hit those free throws, and it could be different. But they're not going to waste any time. They go to practicing for track because they have the 4x100 state championship 3 times relay team ready to go, so they'll be going to try to defend their 4th. Also this past weekend had a big ribbon cutting at Max Beauty Supply, 107 Coosa Pines Drive, just off Highway 280. Had a big crowd on hand throughout the afternoon, but we're going to gear up and do it again tomorrow. First Street Pharmacy, Jennifer Darabara's Stamps is going to be celebrating First Street Pharmacy inside Piggly Wiggly. We'll be having the ribbon cutting at 12:15 tomorrow, but before that, a little more spotlight on Childersburg High School. They'll be celebrating Digital Learning Day, and they're going to have some STEAM, that's science, technology, all those different things, all the technical stuff, challenges for the public from 8:30 to 9:30, a few refreshments after that, but get ready to be involved, be thrilled. It's going to be a lot of fun, and also embarrassed because these kids are good at stuff that we're just not good at. But that's 8:30 to 9:30 tomorrow. Jumping forward to next week, we've got the big chamber banquet that's coming up on Thursday in Margie Sanford Hall at CACC. Tickets are available at the chamber office or from the board members. We also have to tell you that a delicious buffet from Hickory Street Cafe, live music from Teresa Yeager and her band, progress reports from Childersburg and Oak Grove mayors, a lot of community awards, and a special surprise for the annual Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. This is going to be kind of special, so I hope everybody will come on by and make it. We also encouraging people to shop locally through the tax refund season all the time, but especially for this. Save those receipts like we did at Christmas, turn them in at the chamber. And on Coosa Fest 479, April 13th, we're going to be giving away 8 $50 gift cards as a reward for shopping locally. And speaking of Coosa Fest, vendor and exhibitor applications are available at the chamber on our Facebook page, Highway 280. Please be careful driving, especially through Childersburg. Slow down because there's more people trying to get across, onto, off of, and you need to be aware of those things, and also be aware that we're only a couple of weeks away from another major change up there as they open up the road again from the Childersburg-Fayetteville Highway, and that's going to take some adjustment to understand how this is all going to work. Busy weekend ahead here in Sylacauga, Kiwanis Pancake Day, a big annual event to pig out down there at Sylacauga High School cafeteria. And then next door, the same Saturday, I believe it's 9 to 2, maybe 9 to 3. They're going to be having the big car and bike show, classic car and bike show at the Comer Museum. So tried to talk fast and get all these things in there because there's just so much going on in the next week or so in the Greater Coosa Valley area, and it's an exciting time. Put down the remote and get out. Now, I know you guys have some fun things coming up with the rest of the Final Four.
Absolutely. It starts tomorrow. And speaking of basketball, I know you saw the story of one of the buses breaking down yesterday, and you know, it's just like good people doing good things to help others. And,
it's a heartwarming story.
Oh yeah, it really is. And you know, those kids were kind of out of sorts. They lost the game, and bus breaks down, and they're trying to get home, and limited dollars, and
they're going to have
comes to the rescue,
and they're going to have a lifelong memory. I remember years ago when the radio station had an annual trip up to the racetrack, and our bus broke down, and we had to get some help from the sheriff's department. So that's just a memory of you turn a tragedy or a problem into something very positive, and it was a fun time for everybody.
I used that route on the Fayetteville Childersburg Highway. Go by Advance there and go down through there, and it's not bad. You just have to kind of negotiate a little bit, and but all of it. I saw one of those. I guess there's a drone shot or something of what they're doing there. And man, that's going to be fantastic once it's done.
Oh, it is. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. It's going to allow for the highway department to keep pace with the growth of traffic, which is already jumping on up there, which is the big point. A lot of folks rush up to the construction zone. Well, there are people on those outer areas like you were just referring to that are trying to get off of 280 or onto 280 or horrible yet across 280, and be aware that there's some people in the left lanes that are going to be turning left going toward Piggly Wiggly or back over toward Advance and those kind of things. So be aware. That's the biggest thing.
That's a residential area right there.
Oh,
you're going through, so be careful.
And a busy area. And when you have cars zooming through Childersburg on 280, that makes it more dangerous. You don't just anticipate that somebody's going to be going double the speed limit through there, and it can cause problems, and it has caused problems. So please don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the answer, knowing that at some time very, very soon, the traffic on the far side of 280 is going to shift over to that new section, and it'll be divided by the work construction area in the middle. So that's going to create a few new dynamics through there, and it's just another reason to slow down and understand that progress takes a little bit of time, but it's going to be absolutely wonderful when they're completely done.
A lot of effort, boots on the ground gone into the chamber banquet,
Oh, absolutely. We've got a lot of fun things going on. We've had Teresa Yeager last year playing and performing, but they're not going to get loud. They're going to keep it down a little bit, but she's bringing her entire band.
She's very talented too.
Oh, absolutely, and pretty to look at too.
No, not bad. Yeah.
And that'll probably help a little bit with the rest of the band. But we're going to have a lot of good food, some good entertainment, some good information, and I feel bad for Mayor Wesson trying to keep up with all the stuff, because I know I have to try to keep up with it, and we have more new businesses opening up, and we've had 3 ribbon cuttings just in the last week or so, another 1 or 2 coming in the next week or so, and then we've got another wave of new business and new industry and things like that. It's an exciting time to be a part of Childersburg.
It's good, and we've got one here in Sylacauga. It's going to be opening too at Piggly Wiggly, but it's good to be able, you can go to the grocery store and get your prescription all in one trip right there.
Well, it's a great convenience for Piggly Wiggly customers who want to take care of their pharmacy needs, especially the older folks. That's the biggest group of folks, but it's open for everybody. And I can't speak for over here in Sylacauga because I have not met them. I have over at Hubbard Pharmacy and the one on 280, but Jennifer is so excited to be a part of the Childersburg community, and that's something that's making new friends left and right. When she's not busy back in the back filling prescriptions, she's always out front meeting and greeting folks and just getting to know the people of the community, because she considers herself to be a friend and neighbor now and wants to act like that. So just getting to know folks, and that's what this is all about. And she's also health-minded. I'm going to roll up my sleeve come Thursday right after the ribbon cutting. Life South is going to be there until 5 o'clock with their big blood mobile. And that's an important one in our area, because those are the folks that supply the blood for surgeries and emergency room and other needs for blood at Coosa Valley Medical Center. So you're doing a good thing in general, but specifically because I can guarantee you're going to make sure that a surgery goes forward for somebody that you know, whether you knew it or not. That's an important factor.
And you touched on something that I hope that people appreciate. Not so sure that a lot of us do, but we're very fortunate in our area to have Coosa Valley Medical Center with all the rural hospitals that are closing their doors.
Oh, absolutely. This is something that very few communities like Sylacauga, Childersburg have a facility like this, and it's award-winning. I mean, they have been judged on so many different aspects of their operation, and we are so fortunate. Now, at the same time, like for our banquet, we're even more blessed because they're award-winning with the groceries too, because when you tell people that one of the best restaurants you can have in an area is the hospital, it raises a few eyebrows until they eat with them over there, and that helps ticket sales for the banquet. I can guarantee you. I had somebody, well, you know the menu, and I started going through some of the things that we're going to have, and it's always great. And that's a big plus for our community. They had a big day this last weekend with the health fair in the lobby, and also the Heart and Soul fun run. And it's just an exciting aspect when you start taking inventory of all we have in the greater Coosa Valley. We are bigger, we are better, and we have more going for us than most folks ever realize, and that's why I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to come on here.
We're made stronger together.
Absolutely. I hope that a lot of folks, in fact, I know there were a lot of folks that were tuned in yesterday to pay attention to the Lady Tigers and the Guy Tigers from up in Talladega, because that's part of our own family, and whenever we raise the standards for one or two teams, we raise the standards for all of them, because you stop and realize that from Coosa Central on up to Talladega, we had like 6 or 7 teams that were a part of the sub-region and Final Four, and that's just amazing. There's not a better hotbed of basketball action anywhere in the state than we have right here. We may spread them out through a bunch of small teams, but we have, and that's one of the big things for tomorrow. Please, if you get the opportunity, go by Childersburg High School. You're going to be absolutely amazed. We have a grand school system, and all the schools are good, but every year they put a spotlight on the digital learning in one of our facilities. I know that several years back, Winterboro was the national spokesperson for Digital Learning Day, and featured with technology all the way up in Washington, D.C., but tomorrow it's Childersburg, and our school systems around here, Sylacauga and Talladega County, are as good as they come, and getting better all the time. They're run by boards of education that are dedicated to improving the quality of education and making sure that our students, whether they want to go to college or start a career, that they're ready for those opportunities. And we have a lot more going for us than most folks realize.
All right. Tom Roberts, our guest this morning, the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, and he's a fixture here every Wednesday morning. Tom, always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
More Daybreak right after this.